Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great.
Good morning.
I'm your host, Mr. Derrick Forston.
And I'm Shay Forston.
And we show people how to start their own independent living facility without owning the property.
And again, us being consistent. I'm Shay Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, co-founder here at Forston Consultants. So, Derrick, let's talk about it. Today's topic, and I think your phone keeps giving a low battery signal. Today's topic, Derrick, let's talk about it. Changing lives changed our life. That is the title of today's live session. How this situation, the ILF, I'm all over the place, changed our lives, and we were able to also change lives in the process. So super excited about that conversation that we're going to have today. What about you?
Absolutely. Let us know that if you guys are new to us, because again, like Shay said, we're on vacation. We're super laid back today, and we'll be for the next 2 months. But we never want to take for granted that you guys just know who we are and what we do. So if you're on any forum to where you can only hear us, come over to YouTube at Forston Consultants. That's Forston. But let me give a proper introduction again of who we are and what we do. We simply break it down like this. If you love God, if you love people, and you love real estate, we want to show you how this all can change your life in a matter of a few months, right? So again, if you haven't joined us on YouTube at Forston Consultants, Forston, come on over, because we're going to be showing some pictures and some footage. And I want to show you guys where this all came from, because God allowed me to see a lady many years ago, y'all, living my dream. And I saw a lady doing this in rats and roaches, and she was making $41,000 a month. So if you want to see that, come over to the YouTube channel. Please let me know if you're from that, because I want to shout you guys out personally. So we teach independent living facilities. These are not group homes. These are not ILFs. These are not IDDs. These are none of those traditional group homes that require a license, property ownership, and a state walkthrough from your fire marshal. We don't do any of that stuff. And what's cool about our model, guys, it involves the love of God, patience with people, and social services. So you guys are going to hear us reference God a lot today, right? But I'm no pastor. I'm no bishop. I'm no priest. I'm no part of clergy. Right? I don't have my own church. I don't go to a building and preach every Sunday to a congregation of people, but I do have a ministry because I love God. I love people, and God was so smart. He allowed us to merge it all together. And we, especially my wife, who was smart, said, Derrick, we should trademark this thing, man. This thing will get big, Derrick. Let's trademark ILF, Independent Living Facility, which is just literally an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Did you all want to start a group home, but it was too many licensures, too much red tape, too many people hiding it from you?
The hula hoops.
Did you guys want to start an IDD, but found out there were so many roadblocks to get into it? Or how many of y'all have heard of this ILF concept, but nobody wouldn't teach it? Congratulations, I'm your new big brother now. Shay is your new big sister, and this is all we do.
Yeah.
Besides being on vacation right now for the next 3 weeks, this is all we do, 5 to 6 days a week. We go all over the world sharing this concept. How do you do this? How do you get started?
And how
Why don't you need a license? How do you be or can become successful doing it? How can you walk off your job doing this? And now today, how do we involve AI tools to make this thing run better, smoother, faster, and more efficient? So again, if you just joined us, man, you just simply found some people that love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And Shay and I are no crabs in a bucket. When we learned this thing, we couldn't wait to teach this to other people. So again, please, if you are anywhere listening to this and you can only hear it, come to YouTube, because I got a bunch of slides that I want to show you guys. But if you love God, love people, and you always wanted to get into real estate, because we believe in this too, right? Please God. See, I told you I was going to say God a lot today. Please God, help people, be respected by the community, but make a bunch of money doing it to be able to feed your family. That's what we live by. Derrick, you said, please God, help people, be respected by the community. But Derrick, you also said you want me to make enough money to feed my family. Go ahead, Shay.
AI?
And Digital Flow Solutions, which is a digital flow or digital company that runs every business we have. And AI now, which we're going to also get on today, is also running most of my business now when we're not available. Now, I got staff and real people and all of that. But what happens when they clock out at 5 o'clock?
Ooh. What happens on the weekend?
AI tools and all of that stuff.
What happens on the weekend?
Still able to serve.
Come on,
you
sir.
All. So again, back to that. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to skip over that. Y'all, I mentioned something about techies, so that's where my wife gets
No. I actually want to go back to that question because, like I said, I've never asked you that.
Yeah, her intake process, there was none.
And that's why I want it to be super imperative because I was watching somebody on one of the social platforms talking about their intake process. They're not, they're a consultant, and they were talking about that same process. And I was so kind, and I put in the chat and I said, for longevity, make sure you learn how to do an assessment. They, of course, got somewhat, they didn't like that. And then somebody asked the question, well, why do we need to do an assessment? Because you want to know before they come into your home what you're getting. Because prime example, there's things that are making the news. And what people don't realize is it also takes away the stigma of this housing model. Because now you're being proactive instead of having to become reactive if the person is not a good fit for your housing program. As the trademark owner of independent living facility, and people all over the nation are now using this phrase, I want to make sure that you are doing us a good service, and not a disservice. Because if we see that it's a disservice, there's going to be repercussions for that. But ultimately, the goal is to make sure that anybody utilizing that name, that phrase of independent living, we don't want the stigma to come behind it. We want it to be operated in integrity and with the know-how. And that is important by making sure you do the assessment. How did you implement or what made you create the assessment in the first place?
After getting started and my place turned into a clown show, right? Because again, I'm honest with you all, right? I could say when I first got into it, I did an assessment and I brought in all the right people. The devil is a liar. I'm not a liar. Guys, I brought in the wrong people because remember, also, nobody taught this to me.
Right.
This girl told me, she said, Derrick, I'll never teach you how to do this, bro, but you keep sending me these people. When I saw that she would take anybody, when I saw that when I snuck to her places on a Saturday, have all of these people that was living in squalor and really it was the wrong clientele, I said, I don't want my places like this.
Yeah.
But y'all, again, I'm going to just be honest. As a person that was making $28,000 a year, and for y'all that's not really good at math, that's a little under $800 every 2 weeks taxed. Mm-hmm. When this lady showed me she was making $41,000 a month.
Every month.
Auntie Robbie, I nearly fainted when I saw that. It ain't because she told me. She took her phone out and went boop, 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 boop. Look, Derrick, Chase Bank app. I'll never forget that. Mm-hmm. And she scrolled and and even in my mind I said, wow, she's actually showing me this. And in my mind, I also said, man, she told me that she'll never teach me this, but why would she show me what she make doing?
Yeah.
Now, I believe that was God that was giving me the vision. And for probably 5 years straight, I never gave that young lady credit because I just thought she was a bad, crummy lady after I found out about it. Today, you will often hear me say, God, I thank you for that lady that showed me the vision of what I was to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because, God, you showed me my vision from somebody doing it the wrong way.
Yep.
Sometimes the way that God gonna show y'all stuff ain't the cookie cutter right way. God took my prayers, my wants, my desires and said, okay, Derrick, okay, Big Mouth, look at this girl making the kind of money you want to make in your life.
Yes,
but
sir.
She treat my people the wrong way. Derrick, what happened if you get in this and do it the right way and not house people in rats and in roaches? Look at the beds that were on the ground. Like, why do we got to do that? How can you make 41 grand a month and house people in conditions that look like this?
And literally
look at the young man sitting on that bed, right? Now, obviously, I put a lot of pictures in that one, but you can't see it, but there's needles on that floor. Y'all, I walked in that room. This guy just happened to have been a diabetic, right? His insulin needles all over the floor, pills all over the floor, mice running in and out of the cabinets. The devil is a liar.
Wow.
And I say, God, if you let me get into this, I'll go all over the world teaching it. And Miss Karina, I said, God, I'll never take any credit.
Yeah.
And because some of y'all may not believe that, watch me do it right now. Guys, without God, I'm an absolute nobody. I'm nothing. But with God and y'all, we all can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We can do all things with God, but without God, guys, we're nobody.
Yeah.
And I promise, I say, God, and watch this though, because I'm still honest. Who am I to tell God, if you let me?
Yeah.
But again, just me being honest, I say, God, if you let me get in this, because God, you showed me a girl making 41 grand a month, mistreating people. Some of y'all can't even imagine making 5 grand a month right now. That's what this business/ministry can do. Yes, it's a business. Yes, it's real estate.
Yeah.
Yes, it's dealing with people. But to the core of what this is, y'all, Adams family, this is a ministry. I'm doing God's will, serving God's people. I'm being respected by my community while I'm doing it. And I ain't gonna hide this. Y'all, I make enough money to feed my family.
Yeah.
Because I got a family just like y'all do. Mm-hmm. How cool is that you can do God's will, help people, be respected by your community, but also make enough money to feed your family? Now, if you don't want to live by that, again, you probably on the wrong YouTube channel, because I don't make it like it's secret that I want to make a bunch of money in life. Guys, I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy, but not just for Derrick. That's the cheat code to it. I want my finances to spill over into my city. I want to be the biggest giver at my church.
Come on, sir.
And watch this. They never have to announce it. They never got to pull me on stage and say, Derrick and Shay, y'all the biggest givers the devil is. In fact, that'll be embarrassing. I don't want people to know. But right now, listen to my language and how I'm speaking. You don't think God honors that? God, make me rich and add no sorrow.
Come on.
God, I want to be the biggest giver in my church, in my city, when there's a need in my family. Like, that should be all of our desires. And lucky for y'all, I found a business and a ministry that does it all at the same time. It is called Independent Living Facilities, an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So if you didn't know it, Shay and I got our own dictionary, not the Webster Dictionary. It's the Forston Consultants Dictionary. And that's what it means for us. And so far, like, this fits your lifestyle.
Yeah. Not
the lady that was making the 41 grand a month mistreating people. But how about if you do it the right way? Because that's what I say, God, I say, Shay, can you imagine what our life going to be like if we do this the right way?
Right way.
When I just saw a girl doing this, making 41 grand every 30 days, the wrong way she was doing it.
So I have another question.
Lord, have mercy.
I have a backup question for that, Derrick.
Talk to me.
Because I know a lot of people's thought process is, well, how do you manage the conditions in the home if you don't live there? How are we able to make sure that this does not become the aesthetic of
rules,
the housing program?
Structure, and also me buying the mop, the dustpan, the broom, the Dawn dish detergent, excuse me, that's my country grammar, and me buying all the cleaning supplies. Taylor family, you guys asked that. Well, Derrick, who's buying this stuff? Me, you. This is a one-stop shop, guys. I don't depend on my guys to go and buy bleach.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to buy it. I don't depend on my guys to go and buy the broom and the dustpan and the mop.
So let's be realistic in
we
that too.
Buy all of that
but
stuff.
Let's be realistic in that, right? The reason why is, again, if they are stretched with a limited income, why don't you provide the things that will allow them to maintain a clean house without having to go into their pocket to do so? I bought 4 gallons. Derrick, tell him if I'm lying or not. 4 gallons. And I probably will when we take a commercial break or the next time we go live. Or actually, I'm gonna post a picture in our ILF Academy, because I want people to see how easy it is to purchase things in bulk and have it available. I purchased 4 gallons of Dawn dish detergent, and then I have a nice big bottle that the ladies can put to the sink. I created a sticker on it, put it on there and said, do not throw this bottle away. Call when close to empty, not when empty.
Put a line on it where it says, call when you get to this line.
When close to empty. Okay. Not only do I keep one at the house in a locked storage room where only one other person has a key, or the code, I should say, because I don't have keys, but they can now get in there and access this detergent. And then the rest of them stay here until it's time to go and replenish. So the goal is to make sure that you have things in place to help them to, it's no excuses. They have no excuse not to wash dishes.
And it's a part of our rules.
They have no excuse.
You can't just live in our places and not want to clean up. That's a part of our assessment.
Yes.
Remember, Shay told you guys earlier that we don't just move in anybody today.
Don't do that.
The assessment, again, here's our dictionary. An assessment at Forston Consultants means this: a series of questions that allows you and I to make a sound decision about who moves into your ILF.
Yep.
That's what an assessment is to us. And nothing is off limits.
Correct.
It can be as soft as, how old are you? What's your date of birth? It can be hard as, have you ever been arrested for any sexual crimes? You a sexual offender?
And hold on, and just be careful too, because we're on YouTube and they will. So just go say SA.
SA.
Okay. But let me show you the importance about this. If you don't do an assessment, you are not operating in the realm of a smart housing provider. If you were renting to a normal average family, you're going to have what? An application.
Yep.
They're going to do a background check. So all of this same information that we are verbally asking for is the same information that we are getting in the assessment, but just diving a little deeper because of the population that we serve. So you got to be mindful of the process, right? I think a lot of people get held up because they say, oh, independent living, we just take people from homeless to hopeful no matter what. You've got to be mindful. There was just a situation that happened here in Florida where a lady that was running an independent, and I'm using my quote fingers because she wasn't taught by us. She wasn't trained by us. We don't know who she is, but she was running an independent living home. And there was a tragic murder because no assessment. Don't just assess the client, assess the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Assess the case manager. Assess anybody that's in part of that person's care, so that way you're getting the right information and able to make the right yes or no in regards to placement.
That's allows you to choose the right people, guys. Yeah. There's a lot of people that's going to need your help in this thing when you get into it. Yeah. But everybody is not a good fit for your program.
Yeah, it may be a bunch of different things, right?
And that's why we also teach you guys the housing referral agent model, the HRA, right? So if you don't have a house, you can't buy one or rent one.
I hope so.
So right here is what I want to show you guys. After I saw all the rats, the roaches, and the filth and the grime, I took 2 years to kind of get this thing right. And I lost 60 pounds doing it, y'all. Because when God gave me the vision for what this was, I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep until I got it.
It was terrible, guys.
And when I thought I had it, I dragged my brother into it. And thank God for him. We always called my brother the guinea pig. And he had a shirt called Thank God for the Guinea Pig. Yep. Because for you all that are newer to me and don't know this, my brother passed away a year and some change ago, right? Not been super long. So he's one of the founders of this whole thing. Today, you guys see me and Shay all the time, but don't get it twisted. Me and my brother started this many years ago, and God just happened to call him home a little earlier than we kind of wanted, right? Us being selfish, but God said, Otis, it is time to go. But when I dragged Otis into it, my brother had a full-time job, just like most of y'all. This is a great teaching point. My brother taught from the standpoint of keep your job and do this. Yeah. I taught from the standpoint of get away from that job and do this. But watch this. If you got a great job like my brother did, his own office, nobody bothered him. He came in when he wanted to. He left when he wanted to.
That's the ideal.
An extended lunch break when he wanted to, and nobody bothered him. You keep your job. Yeah. We're going to talk to you. We're going to strategize when you leave.
I like that.
Right? You just don't quit and leave your job like I did. Because I told you guys, even though I did do that, and I did plan, what I know today and how things went, I would have planned it better. And I tell you guys all the time, one of the major things I would have done was apply for business credit before leaving my job. Yeah. That looks really dumb, leaving a 9-to-5 job that I was at for 9 years and then go to the bank trying to borrow money. That's not happening. Yeah. The bank respects your W-2 more than this entrepreneurship thing that you started. And watch what's real crazy. You can be making 30 grand at your W-2. I could be making 130 grand on my entrepreneurship thing. The bank respects the W-2 more. So don't leave your job and then apply for business credit. Yeah. Apply for the business credit first and then tell your job, adios. Dummy me did it backwards.
Get the funding. Get the funding first.
The funding first.
Get the funding first. I love that.
But as I say all the time, man, I would stay on my job probably just a little bit longer to get that business credit.
Yeah.
And then I would say, adios, y'all. So I love y'all like a fat kid loves cake.
Actually, play the commercial one more time before we go.
Somewhere. Which one, Shay? I'll let
South
you do
Carolina. Oh, hold on. I'll do it. I'll do it from my iPad, because the husband brought me a new iPad. Don't you scroll any further. You've been interested in starting an independent living facility, whether it's for-profit or nonprofit. Don't wait to be great. Be great. Love y'all.
Cynthia just got me a gate pass. Thanks, Cynthia.
We can see y'all Tuesday on Cynthia. We'll see you on Tuesday. God bless. Love y'all.